Getting audiences is very hard if you're an unknown. So I used Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X. I tried Reddit.
I think what people most want to see right now is they want to have trust in the people that they're buying tickets for. I've seen this hundreds and hundreds of times. Someone puts out a special on YouTube. They go from selling clubs occasionally to doing 8 shows a weekend everywhere around the country.
This is extremely useful. I didn't think that it was that interesting, but yeah, I'm going to start doing that. Thank you for your advice.
This is Pablo. He's a comedian living in LA, and he produces a show every single month called America's Shit Show. The problem is, he's struggling to get people to come out and see this live show. He's tried a few different things on social media before, but has struggled to find anything that actually works. So in this call, I gave him a complete plan on how he could get people in his area to come out to his shows, but also how he can build a worldwide audience of people who watch his show online. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Braden Cody. I've worked with some of the biggest comedians in the industry, getting more eyes on their content, both in person and online. One of the ways that I do this is in my program, The Social Media Blueprint, where I have calls with people, they can ask me questions, and I can give them personalized advice, just like what you're about to see here. So if you want a one-on-one call with me, just like this one, you can click the first link in the description and join now.
So a couple questions for you to kind of start off. So you've been doing stand-up for, I think you said 40 years on and off on that call?
Yeah, as a hobby, but I do shows just about every week.
So I was looking at your social media. You've got some posts up there. What is your current strategy on social media?
Okay, I'm producing a show called America's Shit Show, which is going to be on the December 13th. And just to give you an idea, every table will have a roll of toilet paper for the audience to actually participate and throw to the comedians that they don't like or they like, or just because they feel like it. It's going to be a totally interactive show. So what I did is for the first one, we didn't get a lot of people, but I went to Facebook and I paid Facebook to disseminate the video, AI video that I created that I can show you, because I use AI to create videos. I use AI to create music, songs. I mainly targeted audiences within the area of the comedy place, which is North Hollywood, California, in the hopes that somebody would come in. Getting audiences is very hard if you're an unknown, so any recommendations coming from an expert like you would be extremely important.
Yeah.
So I used Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter.
Okay.
And also I tried Reddit. I tried, what's the other one that I'm forgetting? TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I'm not a TikTok generation type of guy, but I did TikTok. The only thing I didn't do was OnlyFans. Maybe I should have done that in a Speedos. I don't know.
I mean, one of my first suggestions would be pick one platform. You know, it's easier if you can kind of focus on one, especially if you're starting out. Like if you have like for example, when I'm working for Barry, it's all my time is dedicated to all of his platforms. If you're doing other things on the side, if you can pick one platform, and I would recommend Instagram, because Instagram allows you to post stories and link out of the platform with the link in bio. It's a little bit more cohesive for taking people from the platform to another site, whether it be your website or your selling tickets or whatever. But if you focus on one, you can kind of dedicate more of your time rather than spending 90% of your time trying to post to every platform and get them all, and manage all the accounts and whatever. It's just a little easier. And most people are on Instagram anyway, if they're on any of the platforms. So you can kind of hit everybody. But I mean, so you said you run ads. Did you run
I
boosted
ran
posts?
ads on Facebook, and I created a comedian Facebook page,
Yeah, yeah.
comedian Pablo Lewin, which is different from the standard one that I use for stupid stuff that I post there. And I started doing that only a month ago, and I think through that one, it went to Instagram. I think Instagram also has a business Instagram. I'm not sure. It kind of looks different when I'm linking from the comedian page, business page, to from Facebook to Instagram.
Gotcha.
So I paid targeted in the area 6 days, about $50 or something like that, just to get, because it's a small room, so I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to get an overwhelming reaction. which I
Yeah.
didn't.
Is the show videotaped?
Yes, and I have the video, and I separated the video into performances. In fact, I was going to work right now on creating a. I think I saw in one of your videos because I did some research on you, and the first 5 seconds, it's going to
Mhm.
be shocking, and which I did. I can show you the video. You may have seen the video that I did for the past show. I don't know if you want to share.
Yeah.
And I try to be shocking at the beginning, and this is the long version. So let me share for you what I did. And I'm planning on doing the same for the second one. Share sound. And everything you're going to see is from AI, created with single pictures. And the music, it's created with AI app. Okay. Welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. Buckle up tight. Pablo the pimp and Jenny are the dominatrix on the mic. It's about to get wild. Don't blink, don't fight. Comedy so savage it'll keep you up all night. Brain damage gets crazy. Denise Extreme White. Karen Tim Hugh Hefner look alike. Plus we have improv, stand-up comedy. You saw my comedy. I'm crazy,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and actually, I was actually restraining myself that night. So it's going to be a complete. One of the comments that people made at the show is that it was so they didn't know what was coming next. It was not a typical "I, who are these people? They're strange," stand-up comedy. No, I put on a show for everybody to participate. Then we had the dominatrix whipping members of the audience. We had an improv where we choose three members of the audience. Kill Tony, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like a mini Kill Tony, tell two jokes, whoever wins gets whipped by the dominatrix on stage. So anyway, things like that, a lot of improv. I did 12 years of improv. But I want to hear your ideas as far as marketing this. I just created a poster just now that we're going to do a flyer. So we're going to go around the neighborhood and give flyers to coffee houses and people, where people show up.
Yeah. That's sick. Yeah, I mean, I think you have the first part, which is have a good product. Like that's the thing. Like I've worked with comedians that aren't funny, that aren't interesting, and I can't do anything for them. Um, but I think that you have the first step, which is having a interesting, fun product that will be easy to market. If the one thing the like one main suggestion that I would have is
Of
like
course.
use the footage from the show as much as possible. Like if it's all improv, just put those clips out. Like I think that they're genuinely interesting enough on their own, and the like right now, like culturally, if people are like on their phone, they take AI a little less seriously than they do real footage. And if you can, I think it's even more shocking if you have the real footage comparatively to the AI in like if you start a video with someone chucking uh, a roll of toilet paper on stage at someone, you know what I mean, and then keep it going from there. And especially if it's all improv and it can just be recycled every month or whatever. That's perfect. Like that's the beauty of what Kill Tony is because you have a live stand-up show. It can be, repurposed every single week and it's a completely new show every single week. So it can go out in its entirety. And even if you could, if there's no like parts of people's acts that they're using, or you could either cut those parts out. I would just take the whole show and put it on YouTube, or as much as you can of it, and put it on YouTube as like market it as like a Kill Tony style of thing, as far as the model of it's a stand-up show that goes out every month or every week. Because I think that's like, I honestly think it's an incredible idea, and especially if it's like a good percentage of it's improv or just crazy things, or you could put together a highlight reel or any of those types of things. Because like I would even leave Instagram behind and stick with YouTube if you can. Like if you can put together I don't know, 12-minute video out of it every single month, like that would be incredible as far as your ability to to market it. And I would just do a thumbnail, as crazy of a screenshot from the thing, from the actual show as possible. And it doesn't have to be super edited. I would literally grab just a straight up screenshot from the thing because it kind of implies that like this is actually what's happening. And it's not like like you'll see those things that it's like they'll have the person on one side and they'll have like some crazy action that's kind of like hyper edited or whatever. And it doesn't look as real. Whereas if you see a thumbnail, it's just a screenshot of someone like, I don't know, running up on stage and getting whipped, that's gonna grasp people's attention. Um, and
Yeah,
I
I was getting whipped by two women while wearing my CPAP mask with you know, because I'm an old guy, I have a CPAP
yeah,
machine. So that was extremely fun. So by thumbnail, you mean just a still or actually some movement? 5 seconds, 10 second. Um,
yeah, I would literally just find the most crazy still you can find and upload that as a thumbnail. The more in action, the better, even if there's a little motion blur on it.
as a thumbnail to present the video, or as a thumbnail on its own without any
No,
video?
so I'll show you real quick. So
Remember, I'm an old guy, so
no, no, yeah, no, this is good.
until recently, my only social media was morsecode.com.
No, this is perfect because helps me explain things to people. So like this video, for example, it's the image that's going to come up when people first
Got it.
on the homepage or when people search. So if I search for
And I see he has a 17-minute, so you recommend that I do something 15-minute time-wise, no longer than 15 minutes with the
if you
craziest elements.
if you could do longer than 15 minutes, I think that it's even better. I think what people most want to see right now is they want to have trust in the people that they're buying tickets for, as far as like comedians all over the place. Like I've seen this hundreds and hundreds of times. Someone puts out a special on YouTube, they go from selling, clubs occasionally to adding, doing 8 shows a weekend everywhere around the country. Just because if you can see something and you have an expectation of it going in, and then I know that like I watched an hour of his stand up, it was absolutely incredible, it was hilarious. I'm gonna go see it every single time that he's in town. If someone goes and sees one of these videos, they say that looks like a fun time, that looks crazy. Because the best thing is you're gonna get your audience. You're gonna build this like audience of people who are coming to see this thing, not like random people that are coming and are going to, run out because they're scared because someone's getting whipped in a CPAP machine. But, people who are actually there to see that, if you can advertise that and create something. Because like I really don't think that you're gonna have to put a whole lot of effort into this. Like I think it stands alone as an idea by itself. Like I truly think that this is a fantastic idea that if you can put out these YouTube videos, like you're not gonna have a problem, blowing these up and doing, bigger venues than you are right now.
Outstanding. So, if I understand what you're saying, I should concentrate on YouTube, 15 to 17 minutes of crazy improv material with thumbnails that are attractive, meaning shocking people. And I want to watch this. And then the video, the first 5 to 30 seconds should be shocking, where people say, I want to keep watching.
Yeah, one of the things I did for Jessica Kirsten, I'll show you this too.
Oh,
Um,
please. Oh, Jessica Curson. Holy
yes, Kirsten, not Kirsten.
Curson. Holy
Yeah.
cow. I mean, she's
Um,
top of the game.
yes, um, this is the thing and why I'm so bullish on the long form YouTube because I saw how well it worked for her. So she's been posting these, you know, 29, 19 minute, 19 minute, 19 minute, 18 minute, 26 minute. These like it's just crowd work. It's just crowd work from her shows at the New York Comedy Club. So here's a good example.
That's a lesbian bun. That's tight and angry. Do you play any sports?
So that's a clip from the very middle of the thing. I usually would have a little text that says up here, it says coming up or, later, later in the video or something like that, that kind of demonstrates this is like a intro, if you will, or something to grab people's attention and say, this is what's going to be in the video, like stick around. You could do something like that. I mean, if you're starting up top and it's just, if you're crazy, going at 100 miles an hour all the way through, I don't think you need this, but it's another kind of idea to
I usually lose a couple of pounds every performance.
hey,
It's never stop. It's a shit show.
so like, but yeah, I don't think you need to necessarily do something like this where it's as edited. I think if you had more of just a like, let me find an example. Uh, just a flat out like screenshot um of a frame. These are all like hyper edited. Um, but like, I mean, like this one, for example, there's no text. There's just a screenshot from the video um, of, whatever craziest thing is happening.
Excellent idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
That's
then my original idea before hearing about these shows actually was because I heard your rant even before you started doing your stand up on the call, and I was like, if this guy just had his phone, opened his phone up, and just started recording, every time he came across something that pissed him off a little bit, it would be incredible.
that's what I do. I'm a ranter. I used to teach a rant class on Plausible. Have you ever heard of Plausible?
Mm-mm.
It's a website. It's like Zoom for comedians. Not very popular. So I used to teach rant. I can rant just like that on anything. I mean, Lewis Black times 10.
Yeah,
Uh, so I can do that. That is no problems.
yeah. I mean, especially if it's like a skill that you have where you can just do it off the top with no preparation. It's something you can super easily leverage for stuff like Instagram. Because like the thing is, it's like the the way that I look at it is like the lower effort that you can do with more outcome, the better. You know what I mean? The lower, not lower effort isn't the right word, but the less time it takes you to produce a piece of content
Right.
that has a high, yield that can do well, the even, the better. Like you wouldn't even have to subtitle that. You could literally just open your phone and just start recording yourself talking about whatever. Um, and I think that those would be extremely popular as well. Because that was my original thing. I was like, I saw you. I was like, he just needs to like start videotaping himself. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I mean,
Yeah.
this is extremely useful. I didn't think that it was that interesting, when I was doing that. I mean, I just do that naturally
Yeah.
because I'm old. It just happens. Low testosterone, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that. Thank you for your advice. That's
Yeah.
very good. And I like your idea about the YouTube and how to craft it to
Mhm.
attract more people. Now, do you think that is there any use for me to go to the other platforms? Do you think any other? What would be the second platform that you would recommend?
I would say if you started with YouTube, did like the talking head videos on Instagram, and you could add TikTok in there as well. The thing is, like after you get past those two, the like user base is not as big. Like Twitter does not really have a huge user base. So unless you're like for example, for me, where if I get, one comedian and they can pay me like a decent amount of money, like that's worth it for me to go on that platform. Because like I only need one person. When you're trying to do like a volume thing, like ticket sales or even Barry. Like Barry, he can get one person into his program and that's like beneficial. That's like a good metric. Whereas you need like 50 people to make like a kind of a bump. So the more people that you can get access to on platforms like YouTube, Twitter, or TikTok and Instagram, those are probably your best bet. And then also Facebook too. I would do because it's pretty easy to post to Instagram and Facebook and try to get you Facebook monetized as soon as possible. We just turned that on for Barry, and it's a great way to make a little extra income.
Really, you can actually monetize Facebook? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can email you a YouTube video like tutorial on it. It's not that hard. You just got to put in like your actually I don't know what the requirements are. I know Barry hit it. Let me just look that up.
So now that I have a comedian page, which I never had before, I can actually start recording myself a couple of rants, read about something and rant, and start posting those things there, and then monetize that. And TikTok as well. Can you make money of TikTok or?
You can. It used to be really good, but like all these platforms, their monetization, the amount they're giving out to people goes up and down. And it's like, how many, like, do they need new users on the platform? That's the question. You know what I mean? So, like, if they're seeing a drop in the amount of content that's being produced on the platform, they'll shell out some extra money. TikTok has not seen a content drought for a really long time. So it's not as much money. If you're going to monetize anywhere, I would say YouTube and Facebook. You might have a little difficulty monetizing on YouTube with the content that you want to post because they don't really like advertisers don't like the edgier stuff. Um, but I mean, if you really wanted to monetize it, you could go to some other platform. You could have a like a uncensored version of it on something like Patreon or something like that. I mean, the only thing is that with that is you're taking like a check for limited reach. You know what I mean? You're going to get less reach, but you will get some money back.
So if I
think
understand correctly, I think what you're saying is that my yeast infection jokes are not going to work on YouTube.
oh, they'll work, they'll get views. However, advertisers will not want to
I do
spend.
not want to.
Yeah,
Great advice. I really appreciate this.
yeah.
What else do you recommend?
I would just recommend consistency. Like if you can pick a schedule, even if you post like two rants a week and one of those YouTube videos a month, and there's like a set date where you're posting those every, like let's say you do Monday and Friday or something like that. If you can keep it as simple as possible, as something that you can stick to, because that's like really the like important part is being consistent and sticking to it. You don't want to get like super overcomplicated with it. I mean, I just went through this. I'm working on posting my own content to promote this kind of thing. And I had a whole plan of I was going to post on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. I was going to post on everything. And I realized that probably shouldn't do that. I want to be able to stick with this. I want to focus on YouTube, making high quality content that like engages people and gives something to people. And then Instagram is kind of a less effort type of platform where I'll post like behind the scenes of me making that content and clips from the content and stuff like that, and just leave it at that and don't worry about any other platforms or any other things, so I can devote as much energy and attention to those as possible and stay consistent and making those as best as they can get. Because if you can pour all of your energy into a single piece of content and make it as good as possible, undeniable, if you will, you can really get it out there and get it to as many people as you can. I mean, like the Kill Tony, I think is one of the greatest examples. Like they don't post clips, they don't post anywhere else. They post on YouTube and they post consistently on YouTube. They haven't missed like a week in like
Well, they have the Netflix now
yes, the
specials.
couple episodes on Netflix. But I mean, they've poured so much time and effort into the one medium and the one platform. They could have done clips, they could have had mini shows, they could have had all this different stuff, but they decided they want to pour everything into the one program and make it as good as they could get it.
And it paid off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, then they get a check from Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Now, do you work specifically or solely for Barry, or do you hire out to individuals as well?
I do both. I do both. And we're launching this program, so hopefully I'll be able to help more people inside of the program.
Yeah, I think having someone, an expert like you, is absolutely necessary these days to fine tune or to create an effective program. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate this time you're giving me. That's you've given me a great start. I think, not think, I know I'm going to be following your advice. So I really appreciate your time, Braden. This
Yeah.
is fantastic. It really
Yeah.
is. I really mean it.
Awesome. Thank you,
Thank you.
man.
I really hope you enjoyed this and got some great value out of it. If you would like a call just like this with me, you can click the first link in the description.